this is like standing room only. This is incredible. Are you guys having a good weekend so far? Whew. I don't know if we're ready for this. I'm so excited. All right, before we do get things underway, we do have a microphone that's located in the audience. I believe they're jumping up and down. So look for the person in red jumping up and down with like the lightsaber things over there. They're going to help you get in line for your questions. Just for time, since there's so many of y'all, one question per person, all right? Is that good? Just so for fairness? All right, perfect. So I say we're ready to bring them out. What do you guys think? All right, Kansas City, it is my absolute privilege to bring to the stage at this time the one and only Elijah Wood and Sean Astin!
Hello. Hi. Is this thing? Hello, hello.
There we go, we got him.
Hi.
Check, check. I think we're good. How are you guys?
I gotta say, this audience, you're punching above your weight, because I don't know how many there are, but it sounds like about 10,000, so well done.
Yeah. Wow, this is a big room.
Wow, that was like rolling thunder. That started over there, and it just kind of moved through. I don't know if you've ever been complimented before as an audience, but you're killing it.
Us, everybody, we're killing it. We appreciate y'all. So thank you guys so much for being here this weekend. Obviously, the two of y'all have, traveled all over the world together since doing these films. And obviously, the two of you guys had one of the greatest friendships in cinematic history.
It's all true.
I want to know, when did that moment actually become real for you guys? When did you actually become friends on set?
Instantaneous.
Yeah. It was instant. We hugged each other the first moment we met each other.
Can you hear us? Is it on?
Yes, this work?
Can you hear?
Can you?
Okay.
All right.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we hugged each other the first moment we met. We met in a hallway in passing. I think I was leaving.
No, you were coming in.
Okay, I was going to get my wig fit, and he had just had his wig fit at this hotel, the Sofitel.
He has Vicks.
I do indeed. And so, yeah, we were passing each other in the hallway or in the lobby.
Maison Sofitel.
The Sofitel.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Across from the Beverly
Center. Yeah. So a hotel you've been in a lot of times if you live in Los Angeles, and I just remember. Richard Peter Owens. Peter Owens.
That's right.
Owens.
Owen?
Peter Owen.
Owen.
Peter Owens. Peter, who has designed he did the hair design for Lord of the Rings. I mean, I think he got an Oscar for it, right?
Peter King and Peter Owens.
Peter King and Peter Owens, yeah. Right. So we went up there, and it was for a fitting. So it was in a hotel room, so I didn't know what that was about. But basically, he just put, now you've done it a million times, but he put plastic on your head and put the rubber bands around it.
Right.
And he kind of sketched something.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, like, do I want to wear, like, a wig? Like, I don't know why would I want to wear a wig? And he said, and he sketched out a silhouette of a hobbit and the hobbits. Like, this is what they look like. And we'll want you all to look like you're part of the same thing. And he showed he drew the hair, and all of a sudden I was like, I want to have that hair, like, And I just remember leaving the room with him, and thinking like, oh my God, like this is actually the level of creativity with this is different than I've ever seen before. Like this guy is a genius. I'm just meeting him. Hi, nice to meet you. He's a genius. And then I come downstairs. Hello. Oh, that's better. Good morning. Laugh the whole day through. So I walk out in this kind of state of awe into the lobby, and here comes, and I'm 29, and here comes 19. Hey! And I'm like, hey!
Yeah.
And I go, are you ready for this? And he goes, yeah. And then we get down there. As it turns out, he was very ready for it. Not so much.
So I was going to say one of the coolest things about these conventions and Planet Comicon in general is the incredible cosplays. And I mean, I've seen so many Lord of the Rings cosplays this weekend. So I wanted to know if the two of y'all had the rare day off and you guys got to attend a convention, what would you guys cosplay as?
I mean, it's a totally unfair thing to do because when I see all these incredible costumes, I think I could never do that. I would never have thought to put some of the ideas together that people put together and build them and everything else. And someone's like, "Oh, sorry, I just put this together." You're like, "That's all right. I've had 50 years. I couldn't do that." But so now you're asking a question that requires very little imagination, and I still feel totally ill-equipped to answer it. Like, what would you? I mean,
I saw once someone wore the shower costume from The Karate Kid, and I was like, "That's awesome. I would do that. That's like deep cut, man." It's a costume in a movie. That's a cosplay. Anyway, it's just great.
Well, I
love it.
There's kind of gender fluidity in costumes. Is that a way to describe that? Yeah.
Correct.
So I don't know like what kind of elf I would make. Probably not a great one.
No.
I mean, I guess I was thinking of female elf at that moment as opposed to male. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't think I would want to wear one of those things that like it's it's like something you'd have to put in the trunk. You know what I mean? Like something that would take 3 people to assemble.
Sure. Too cumbersome, perhaps.
I don't know, but fandoms like Star Wars is my jam.
Yeah, mine too.
So,
yeah,
I had a legitimate experience today. Did you? I didn't.
No.
You didn't. Okay, I had a legitimate experience today, and it has to do with expectation. If you're not expecting something and something happens, you're like, whoa, this is what happened to me. So I walk out and I see R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Oh, dude.
Right?
I was this close to going up and getting a photo with them.
Well, I just went by and I was like, hey, 3PO. And he goes, hey, Sean. I was like,
fuck off.
Good C-3PO knows my name. Oh, my God. I'm like, hi, 3PO. I'm a big fan. And my God, I've seen all your movies. Yeah.
And you high-fived him?
I did, but I almost pulled up from the high five because it literally took my breath away. Because he was C-3PO and he said, hi, Sean. And I was like, I don't know. I believed it for a second. I think I still believe it.
Human-cyborg relations. I should have taken a photo. Because I wanted to show my kids, I met C-3PO and R2-D2.
I was on my way to the booth.
Yeah, so was I. But you made a better
move. I could have stopped. What about getting a hug? Could I have gotten a hug from C-3PO?
Yeah, you probably could.
That would have been.
I reckon they're still here somewhere.
I don't know. Do you think C-3PO's like, not today? Like I'm not feeling it right now.
No photos.
No photos. Yeah. Oh my God. Maybe I could have bought him. They're right. They're droids. You can buy. I can acquire a droid.
Sure.
Yeah. I could have tased him or something and then put him in the. Nothing but reverence for R2 and C-3PO.
Oh my God.
One way to do it.
That's so funny.
All right, so before
that image, I'm not going to get that out of my head. That's great.
Before we get to questions from y'all, I wanted to know, so Sean, we obviously saw Sam serve 7 consecutive terms as the mayor of the Shire.
Yes.
And now, in the real world, you are president of SAG-AFTRA. So, my question is, which is harder to negotiate with? 200,000 Hollywood actors or a village of hobbits?
Say it again.
Which is harder to negotiate with, the actors or the hobbits?
I think, I'd say it's identical for the following reasons. Hobbits and actors, they kind of do what they want to do. If you try to instruct, you sort of have to encourage, lay little breadcrumbs for things that can work out. I can't imagine Samwise Gamgee in any of the type of committee meetings that I've been in. I just, the way it works in the union setting, as with most, I'm sure, volunteer settings or whatever, with us it's more. Everything's more. We have like 99 national committees or more, and every single one is populated with at least 17, maybe up to 30 people, and everybody, you have to like get your name on the list to speak, and then depending on what the thing is, you go for a minute or two, and then the next person. So if you're not a patient person, it's really hard. It's hard because we all want to talk. We're all actors. We all want to talk at the same time, but you got to wait. You have to wait. You have to be patient, and just you've been waiting for 19 people, and by the 20th person that you are, the person right before you said exactly what you want to say. So now you have to decide: am I going to take my name off the list because I already had what my question is, or am I going to come up with something different to say? That's probably what it's like with hobbits too, I bet.
All right, so we do have some questions from y'all. So,
sweet.
There's the light. Step into the light. Hello, what's your name? What's your question?
I know him.
My name's John. My question is, like a lot of people, these films have meant a great deal to me, and clearly they've had an impact on the people here in this room. I'm curious if portraying these characters changed you guys personally, and if there was an experience that you still carry with you today.
Oh, I know. Look at that. From like up on high. Sorry, we're just looking at
you're
the
very
angle
famous
of
on the helicopter camera.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, yeah, totally profoundly changed and affected by the experience of living in New Zealand, of making some of the best friends of our lives, family, really. I mean, look, I was 18 when I went to New Zealand. I was 22 when all was finished at the end of the 4-year journey. So incredibly profound growing experience for me. New Zealand will always hold a special place in our hearts. I mean, it was just unlike any experience before or since. Can't be replicated. It was in its time. Extraordinary.
I think what I hear you mean, and I could be wrong, but like the quality of the character, like Samwise is loyal. And I feel like what you're wanting to know is, did I learn how to be a more loyal person by playing Sam? I hope so. Maybe.
I think there's a lot of Sam in you. Or, I do think that's true.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Elijah. And there's a lot of Frodo in you.
Thank you.
And they all know it. You sort of, with films and television shows, depending on what they are, they can really, reveal you to yourself, reveal you to the audience. I've done a lot of different characters, many of which people don't know, and where I've played all different kinds of, I've played villains, I've played things, characters that are the opposite of Sam. They haven't necessarily connected with a wide audience or something. So because Sam has, you sort of like, oh, that must be who you are. So when I was elected for president of SAG-AFTRA, I know that part of the confidence that the membership who voted for me feels because of Sam and Rudy and Mikey from Goonies and those kinds of things. So what I want to say is, I would love to use the qualities that those characters exemplify. I'd like to try and honor those with my actions and with who I am. But that's not, Sam is a literary character that is flawless. He's like a perfect literary character. Sean, flawed.
Thank you so much, guys.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Jillian.
Hi, Jillian.
Hi. So I, like I'm sure many people here, had these movies on repeat through my adolescence, and I say this with profound respect. There were scenes in adolescence that would be watched if I didn't know where the remote was to hit skip. But now, visiting them some 15 years later as an adult, I get it. And so my question is that I'm sure as actors, you understood the scenes at a very different level being in them, but are there scenes, are there moments that you go back to that you understand differently now with the benefit of time and maturity?
That's a great question.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure that would be true. I haven't seen the films in so long.
They're good.
They are. But I haven't. They are great. They're really good.
No, but I have this phenomenon when I read anything from Lord of the Rings or when I watch it, I'm constantly thinking that I didn't remember that. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't remember that. It's like, well, you were there. It's you. Like, I don't understand. So I don't know if it's just a quirk of my brain or the nature of memory, or I don't know what it is. But I always will find things. I mean, things that the elder characters say, or things that happen with the Gondoria or whatever. Like Gondor. Gondoria is what you catch if you spend the wrong time. Sorry. No, but like I definitely will find myself applying it to my life differently. Like, oh my God, I didn't think of that. Like I wasn't.
I'm sure that would be true of me too. It's just been so long since I've seen it.
If you don't remember the last time you watched it, it's time to watch it again.
It's time. It's time. I agree. Thank you. Some friends of mine. Does anybody? Nobody here lives in New York, I'm assuming. No.
I spend good time there.
Well, listen. In New York, there's a great cinema called the Metro Cinema that's started by the same guy, Tim League, who started the Alamo Drafthouse. And at the Metro, it's in Chelsea. There's a number of screens there, and the concept's totally different. Like you rent out the individual screening room, and then
Multiple levels?
I'm not sure. No,
Okay.
I don't know. But you rent out an individual screening room, and you choose the movie you want to watch. But it's properly screened for you, like an actual movie theater. And they're doing the trilogy with a full feast, which has been done at the Alamo. Like other theaters have done it, but it just looks awesome, and I really want to go see it.
That thing you showed me yesterday was awesome.
Which one?
The menu.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Denny's menu?
Yeah.
Yes. Someone brought me a Denny's menu that was the promotional menu from The Hobbit with the meals that were designed after
Middle-earth meals,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mutton and whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it was
pretty awesome. I was like, I'm hungry now. I want to go.
Let's go to Denny's.
Oh, that's something I did not need to evolve. Or my understanding of food is the same now as it was then.
Sorry, sir, we're cannibalizing your time.
No problem, bro. Name's Michelangelo. Raph, what are you doing up the stage, bro?
What?
What's your question?
Say that again.
Raph, my bro, what are you doing up on the
Oh,
stage?
come on! What are you talking about? Stop talking and start. It's Raph from Ninja Turtles.
Oh, sick.
Come on! Yeah. Tony!
Anyways, my question's for the bearer bro up there. If you were any of like our friends or enemies, who do you think you'd be, bro?
Who does he think he can beat?
Yeah, which one of our friends or enemies do you think he'd be? Like which Ninja Turtles character do you think he'd be, the bearer bro?
Which character in Turtles would I have?
Do I think Elijah would be a bearer bro?
Elijah. Oh, would he?
That would I be?
Yeah, bearer bro.
Oh. Oh, shit. Spotlight's on me.
Plot twist.
Listen.
Casey.
Yeah? I would want to be one of the turtles.
You are one of the Turtles. You'd be Leo, probably. I would
think?
I think so.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't have to think about it, really.
Wow, you didn't. That was amazing.
He
Thanks.
does kind of feel like a Leo, man.
I like, who's Raphael's is he the party dude?
No, that's me.
Michelangelo.
That's me, man.
Yeah.
Raph's the badass.
Right.
So, yeah.
Leo, I
No,
like
but Leo,
that.
I don't know if I've ever said this out loud, but you're a natural-born leader. You're a leader.
What?
Yeah, you're a leader. You may not realize it, but you are a
definitely
leader.
not.
You are a leader. There's
That's
no question in my
incredible.
mind.
Really?
Confident, smart, ideas, listen. You're a good leader, bro.
Thanks, dude.
Right on.
You'd be perfect as Leo.
Thank you. Wow, Jesus.
Cowabunga. All right, great
All right,
question.
thanks, man. Booyakasha!
For those of you who don't know the Ninja Turtles, it's a fandom from...
Hey, what's your name?
Good afternoon, Sam and Frodo. My name is Captain Kirk.
Afternoon.
I want to talk to you guys about the song Into the West by Annie Lennox. It plays during the end credits of Return of the King. I think it's the most beautiful song ever written. In fact, I've decided that when it's my turn to go to the Grey Havens, that is going to be the song that plays at my funeral.
And you'll have everybody weeping.
Yes. My question to both of you is, what was your reaction to hearing the song Into the West for the first time?
That movie is so emotionally devastating. And then to add that song at the end is just, it's a beautiful coda to that story. And
I would happen to be at Peter Jackson and Fran Walsh's house. Well, I don't know exactly, but what was being talked about was using Annie Lennox and that song together. And the way they were talking about her was like casting. Like, oh, wouldn't she be incredible? And they were thinking through it. So when I finally saw the movie and experienced her singing, I had this feeling of their triumph of finding her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Because think of it, like they could have chosen, by the Return of the King, they could have had anyone on planet Earth do anything they want. It was like they were so brilliant, and
Sure.
and
And it was already so beloved.
yeah, and the fit is just it's so perfect. And I watched them have that.
Oh, that's
moment.
amazing.
I
What a
watched
cool
the
moment to
creators of
see.
the film have that moment, and I just thought, ooh, that's really special. Because for her, I'm sure she was so honored to do it. Right? I haven't really heard her talk about it, but I'm sure she was like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. So you just see, creativity is such a ephemeral, fleeting, accidental thing. Think of all the things that could have gone into it. So it wasn't her, but it was, and it was them, and it was that part, and that moment in time, and like, whew, pretty special.
And expressing
and
those
I got
ideas.
I had a front row seat. I got to see these people doing something that was transcendent, that was luminescent, that was, eternal. It's an eternal gift, that song and
Absolutely.
that. But yeah, so and I got to see it. That's what it felt like.
That's so
like
cool.
a backstage pass. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Thank you very much. Potatoes.
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 Potato.
That's right.
With a nice piece of fried fish. Go on then. Stinker.
Hey, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Alex, and
Hello, Alex.
I just have to apologize in advance, Mr. Wood, but my favorite Hobbit from the story was always Samwise.
Hey, how you doing? Go on.
Anyways, my question is for both of you, and it is, what is your guys' favorite scene or quote that your character had in Lord of the Rings?
My favorite Frodo quote is, "I know what I must do, but I'm afraid to do it," I think, which is just such a moment of vulnerability, realizing what he has truly ahead of him. He accepts the sort of journey. Even at the Council of Elrond, he's quite, I got it. Do you know? A little. And I think that line is, I think, really realizing, like, it's enormous and terrifying, and followed by Gandalf's wisdom is just beautiful, and I love that. I love that scene.
I'm trying to remember what you say or when you say it to Gandalf, when it's like he has some part to play in this or something.
I think it's that same scene, is it not?
No, it's later.
Oh,
I think
it's
it's
when he's
Faramir or something.
asking about Gollum.
Yeah.
Why didn't Bilbo kill him when he had the chance?
There's something about Frodo
Which is also
understands
great.
that it's not over, and Sam's like, "What are you doing? Like, this is a bad guy." And there's something about the way you do that that I think is pretty special. It's because
humanity.
because it's really it's the, I don't know what the right word is, it's the hinge of that kind of philosophical premise that there's good and bad in all of us.
Yeah.
And Gollum, Smeagol Gollum represents that, but then you're kind of like, you're literally, if you didn't see that, if you didn't have some sense of goodness and curiosity and adventure or something about it, or like mission focused, there's just something really alive about that I like. There you go.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Raven. My question is, what was the funniest moment on set while you were filming?
I mean,
The single funniest moment.
it's hard. It's hard to say. We laughed a lot.
Why do we, we all do this. My daughter, Bella, when she was younger, she won't play favorites. What's your favorite color? I don't do favorites.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
just made an outright,
she
life
put down
decision.
an edict. I don't know if she's still like that now.
No
but
favorites for me.
because it's painful. It's like, what about all the other funny moments that we don't choose right now? Do we somehow? Yeah. So the funniest, what is something funny? What popped into my head, because I just saw it the other day scrolling, was Christopher Lee tripping on his gown.
Yeah.
Damn it, Peter, I just can't get up these stairs.
Was it the stairs or the costume really is a menace? He says something about maybe the costume.
Yeah. Dom always
really is a menace.
Yeah, I know, people, gastro phenomenon.
Yeah? Yeah.
The factor.
On the first day, I farted and
Yeah.
all of us falling over each other down after Merry and Pippin run into us, and we land on the wooded road, and I farted upon landing, and everyone had a laugh. It was a very hobbity thing to do.
Sam was very protective. It's fragrant. No?
That's great.
I don't know what it is about City of Fountains, man. It's a little crazy out here.
I haven't seen a single fountain,
No, me
and I'm disappointed.
No, they're there. I saw a book of them.
Did you? All
I
right,
did.
great.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. So my name is Anthony. I've never seen Lord of the Rings, full disclosure.
What is that? What did he say?
I've
never
never
seen
seen Lord of the Rings.
Hey, listen, that just means that he's sitting on gold. I love when people tell me they've not seen something, because it means that they get to see it for the first time. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll watch it sometime. But
You will. You'll get around to it.
yeah. And so I got a question, not about that and not about wigs, but it is about a movie you're involved in, Elijah. Is there plans to do a sequel to The Greasy Strangler?
Oh. It says one person. Yeah. Yay! No one's seen it.
They want to know what the answer
Well,
is.
listen. That film is so great. I love that movie.
That's awesome.
And if you've never seen it, prepare yourselves. It's really quite an experience. Yeah, I don't, there's no plan, but I would certainly sign up for that.
Yeah,
It
I'd
would
watch
be
it
awesome.
5 times over and over.
But yeah,
It's a
Jim
great
Hosking's
movie.
an amazing filmmaker, and we actually produced his most recent film, Ebony and Ivory, which is this sort of like alternate universe imagined. Hey, there we go. Imagined meeting of Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder on the Mull of Kintyre, and it is so bizarre and so funny and weird.
I'll
I
check that
highly
one out.
recommend it.
Ebony and
Yeah. And they never sing the song in the movie. It's just about them planning to work together. Oh, yeah.
All right,
How
thanks.
interesting.
I remember my brother-in-law, Matt. You remember Matt?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So we came back for Christmas break. So we filmed almost 2 years, and we had 2 weeks off. And we went back to America. It was for 2000, Y2K. Y2K.
We were all really nervous.
And I was able to take with me, like, I think a VHS or a disc or something of a 5-minute sizzle reel of the trilogy.
Really?
While we were still filming.
Oh, wow.
You would have seen it, but it would have been like something they showed at Show West, the theater exhibitors conference, or something. Yeah. And it was gold, and don't show anyone. And it was finished effects, and it was like awesome. So I put it on. I get home and I show my brother-in-law. I'm like, hey, check this out. This is what I'm doing. Because you're gone for years. People are like, are you in the military? Like, what's going on? So I put it on and he watches it, and it's what the world would come to see. It's, incredible world, and the Balrog and the ring and all this cool stuff. And I turn it off afterwards and I look at him like, what do you think? And he said, I don't usually go in for wizards and all that, but it looks pretty good. That's what you made me think of.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Amani. The question is for Elijah. In regards to the Maniac remake, what was your favorite or least favorite part of filming a point of view film?
It was really enjoyable, actually, the process. It's really funny, because when I was initially cast, they cast me on the premise that it would only be a couple of days of on-set work, thinking that I wouldn't be there for all of the off-camera work. And it was a discovery, but I was like, no, I think I need to be there, like, every day, even though I'm not in frame. And ultimately, I think they even realized it's a much more intricate process than simply like casting an actor to only be in the sort of shots where the camera sees the character. And so it ended up being this really incredible process of like working with the DP. We would block every scene traditionally. So with me as the actor with the other actors, and then the DP would then figure out how to insert the camera into all of the places that we'd traditionally blocked, and then finding ways to insert hands. And I even had a double, so that if I couldn't reach on one side, the double could use his left hand on that side. So things like that, and it ended up being the sort of dance in a way every day of just figuring out, because nothing was sort of pre-blocked, so we were just kind of figuring it out as we were going, and it was really fun. And creative. So yeah, it was sort of a character made in three parts in a way. It was like all of the POV bits, and then there's the bits where you sort of see him in like third person, and then there's going into the studio after and re-recording all of the dialogue where the character I could breathe life into moments where there wasn't enough presence. And I found it really enjoyable, really fun.
Awesome,
Yeah,
thank
cool.
you so much.
It was awesome. Thanks.
Hello. What's your name?
Hello, my name's Devin. First, my wife wanted me to say to Sean that you were her first crush growing up, childhood-wise, after seeing Goonies.
Thank you. Thank her.
I will. Secondly, I love the behind-the-scenes stuff. I wanted to hear from you guys, what is some of your, not necessarily favorite, but some highlighted moments that you guys, when filming the trilogy, used forced perspective?
Forced perspective is such a wonderful old tool. My favorite, I think, example of its use in the film is Frodo and Gandalf at the kitchen table in Bag End, because that actually employed a motion control camera. So anytime the camera moved, the table would move to maintain the perspective line, which is so rad and nerdy. And so they were able to actually incorporate a camera move whilst keeping the forced perspective right. And I just thought that was like wizardry. Amazing.
It's really interesting, but like as we went along, I think they used less and less of that technique. They had lots of other ways of doing things, making props that are super big, so when we're holding it, our hands look small, or hiring doubles, photo doubles who were 3 feet tall, or lots of stuff like that. But the actual forced perspective thing, where you're here looking that way and I'm here looking that way, and if you're, but like we did. You started to realize that if you put the camera really close to somebody and you're on the knees, like, and the person's looking down, it's the eye line that's really selling it, and your shoulder is big in frame, just as big in frame as it would be if you were. So there was a lot of it was like obviously it was mostly practical.
Yeah.
So, and once they got the overlay situation where they would film a scene with people walking, and then we'd come in and they'd have the camera back and they'd show you on the monitor, and then you'd go walk and you'd know that you fit into that picture. But that's not forced perspective. That's like CG technology.
Yeah, they'd send us to a blue screen unit for that.
Yeah.
And those were motion controlled shots where they would shoot something with a motion control camera. The thing about motion control is that it can be fixed. So like you do a camera move and then it's locked, so that you can literally repeat that camera move exactly the same way because the machine itself remembers, right? So like for a shot where we need to be in frame with them, either walking or standing, and a camera moves, they've locked that. So then when we go to the blue screen unit, that camera is doing the exact same thing against the blue screen. And effectively what he's describing is almost like physical ADR. ADR is additional dialogue recording. When in a movie, if there's like a sound issue, you have to re-record your dialogue. And you're doing it to picture. It was sort of like that for the blue screen.
I just so imagine you're on a mountain, and they have a dolly with a little crane on it, and you're walking down a hill, and the dolly and the crane are matching you here like this, and then it turns and you move off. Those movements were captured in the computer. Now you go 6 months later onto a sound stage somewhere or a paint factory with Rick Porras, and they set up a dolly track, and they do the measurements of what the dolly's relationship to the ground is, the height or something, and then they plug in that the compute, the memory of what it does. But now you set it further away from the green screen, and when you do it, you're fitting into its pattern, like you were saying. But and then in that sense, in a weird way, it does kind of get to be a little forced perspective, because say the track's doing this and you're looking, I'm looking up there, but I know when I'm looking at the monitor, the character's looking up at Gandalf. So I don't know if that's forced perspective, because it's something. Something. I like doing this all day long. I just walk around. You get on the flight, the person's like, "Would you like something to drink?" You're like, "I think I'll have a Diet Coke, please, if you can just, down the line." Okay.
It is true, though, like, really early on, we were using a lot of these old tricks, including the sort of, these people on stilts with, like, what do they call those guys? The
bigatures.
Bigatures, yeah. So they would basically make what look like large humans walking by us, and it wasn't the head bit, it was just the sort of
like
body, arms, and torso, and legs. And they did that maybe twice, and then we never ended up using it again. There's a couple of shots in the film that you can see it. It's really effective, but I think they realized, like, this isn't going to be effective long term. And it ended up just getting, we knelt a lot.
Kneeling down? Yeah.
And then, as our journey carries on, there was less of it for he and I.
Yeah.
Because we were just with each other and Gollum. So we were our right scale for each other. And so there wasn't a whole lot of scale stuff as we get further and further away from the Fellowship.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, great question. And top fact, in The Hobbit, they were not able to use forced perspective, famously, because they shot 3D, and 3D ruins the ability for forced perspective. You can't, because of the third dimension, because
I think they loved the fact that it was shot in 3D. I don't know what that sound meant just now.
I don't know either. But yeah, they found that that didn't work because of the 3D stops the ability for that to make sense, for it to work. Yeah.
All right, we got a few minutes left. We'll try to get through as many questions as we can. What's your name?
Hello, Zim Infinazia at your service.
Hello.
And I just wanted to congratulate Sean again on the president of SAG-AFTRA. Love it. Love the union work. And I was just wondering what your guys' favorite activities to do or with the union or in the community.
Favorite activities to do? Oh. Ooh, there's a lot. The favorite activities to do within the community. I mean, the union offers a lot of services. We have conservatories, the National Conservatory, LA Conservatory does a lot. The New York Conservatory does a lot. The foundation, the SAG Foundation, which is its own, SAG-AFTRA Foundation, it's a separate entity, but we're all in the same space, and they offer all kinds of classes and technique building and self-tape studios and stuff like that. When you're in leadership in the union, there's lots of town hall type meetings, lots of board meetings, committee meetings, and then things happen. Like when the fires happened, there were different gatherings that would be put on. There's a whole world about the union that most members, I don't think, even have any sense exists. And all you have to do is lean in just a little bit, and you start to find and discover it. So it's a really cool question, though. We do lots of fairs, like a mental health fair they did at one point, a health fair, and some really cool things. Yeah, that was a good question. Yeah, thank you for
I
that.
feel like I know more about the union now because of Sean.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's really amazing because Sean, before he was president, was also, you were on negotiating committee and very deeply involved in SAG, and I speak for the other hobbits as well, learned so much about it. The way that he would discuss the current sort of state of things and the industry and the challenges that the unions face, or that the union faces, the actors face. And then now as a president, we've got like a front row seat to everything that's going on. It's amazing. I love it. And there's no one better suited for this, because Sean, the amount of work that he's put into understanding every effing facet of of SAG to such an incredible degree. He's done so much homework, and I think arguably more than most people do, frankly, and he's just so perfectly suited for it, and he cares so deeply, so it's awesome.
All right, thank you for everything.
We're in good hands.
Hello.
There's something about that very complimentary exchange that is worth noting in a Lord of the Rings culture, where things are about the nature of good and evil and right and wrong, and I've been a member of the union for 45 years. Thank you. No. It wasn't the applause I liked. It was the my. Oh my goodness. And you find yourself in settings often where things don't seem to work as well as they could or should, or people, you can tell that they're not necessarily that with a little bit of this or a little bit of that, they might be better protected. Maybe they could make more money. Maybe it'd be a little bit safer. Maybe who knows what. And so often, I was born into a family. My mom was president of the union, where they made us believe that we mattered. My ideas matter. My voice matters. Well, it doesn't really matter any more or less than anyone else's, but we had the chutzpah to try. So when you get into union service, all of a sudden you realize, without too much effort, you find yourself in a position where you can be helping people, and you can matter. You can make a difference in other people's lives, and that is so fulfilling, and so it just feels like being on point. Like my purpose and my mission in life has arrived at this moment where I can help and help guide others in protecting each other just a little bit more, providing for each other just a little bit more. So that's a beautiful thing.
This has to be our last question. I'm so sorry.
Last question. No pressure.
What's your name?
Hi. Sorry. I'm Maddie. I am a chocolatier and a candy maker.
Cool.
And I was wondering what your characters, Sam and Frodo's, flavor would be if they were a candy.
We were a candy.
I know.
Well,
serious question.
When it came time to discover the long bottom leaf. I chose for Sam a maple vanilla walnut tobacco. I'll bet that there's some like corollary in the chocolate world to that, like vanilla walnut, something or other. So you could just chocolatier yourself up with something like that. I'll see you in an hour.
That's amazing. Gosh, I don't know what Frodo's flavor would be.
Peppermint. No, I don't know.
Mint chocolate?
Ooh. Okay, I change. Mint chocolate.
Mint chocolate is pretty good. Although, mushrooms and chocolate go very well together. Don't you do that. I think it does.
It depends on the mushroom.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Is chocolatier a real thing?
It certainly is.
Is that an apparition, or is there actually a thing in a human that does chocolatiering?
That's the coolest thing in the world. She makes confections for life. And
I say yay for this activity.
So
is that Florida on your arm?
Yes,
Nice.
yes. It is. That's where I live. Yeah,
great.
Before we wrap it up and take a big group picture with everybody here, any thoughts you want to leave us with here this weekend?
Oh my God.
I know what a Gondorian warrior is. I just want to go back to that for 1 second.
He definitely does. Well, listen, it's been so nice to spend some time here in Kansas City. I've only been once before. I came here 10 years ago to play records with my friend Zach. Hey, all right, you did that. All right, so it's 11 years. All right.
And this is your son.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, I came here 11 years ago to play records, and I really enjoyed my time. And it's a lovely town. I really like it here. It's great.
Well, hopefully we can all do this again sometime.
I would
You
love
guys are welcome back whenever. And if it's okay with y'all, let's take a big group picture.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.